Okay, so this looks to be another Studio 4C film. It was recommended by one of you lovely weebs out there. You gave me 2 clips to react to. And it says it's going to be releasing fairly soon on the 15th. That's next Friday. So let's check out these 2 clips and see if it gets us interested or hyped enough to go out and see it in theaters. But, well, I doubt it's going to be releasing in American theaters. But regardless of that, let go! Ooh, I like the look of the world. What is she, Kirby? What is his relationship with this fish? Oh, okay. So she was dancing with the water like a ribbon dancer? That was pretty cool. Sorry. Is he like in the world of waterbenders? Okay. I'm liking it so far. Where's my man at? Is he in Atlantis or something? There's a lot of fish people around. Oh, that is gorgeous. That is her hair is water. Is this the same fish person that we? Because well, let's see. Oh, that's cool. Bruh. I can't imagine how long it would have taken it, because this is hand drawn, so I can't even imagine how long this would have taken. Wow, how the water is suspended in air like that? Dude. Oh man, look, the amount of patience that you have to be an animator to draw like not identical frames over and over again, but just how slowly that the water is moving. It's mind-boggling. Like some of the work these people do would break a lot of people. You know what I mean? But again, if you enjoy the work, you know what I mean. This is not a job to you. This is actually what is passionate to you. That's crazy. That was a crazy sequence. Animating water has got to be one of the most maybe therapeutic, because watching that for me was probably the most therapeutic thing I've seen in animation. I think that's the end of it. Okay, so I was able to find the synopsis of the movie. It comes from Anime News Network here, and Studio 4C describes the film as a future society where humans and mermaids coexist. Steven, an office worker, is suddenly asked to marry by ChaO, a princess of the mermaid kingdom, and it is 100% a pure love story. I did get those vibes from the trailer, but can you imagine living in this universe where you're living aside essentially fish people? Well, is that a slur in this world? Fish people? Is there? I don't know if I should say that. But I think Steven may have gotten catfished, because there was a part in the trailer where ChaO, I'm guessing that's our mermaid lead here, the one with the blue water, elegant looking character, she was melting. Did you guys see that part in the trailer? She was kind of like, her form was like devolving into what I can only imagine was the other mermaid fish person in the trailer. That was Mrs. Puff. Like, did she go from this elegant mermaid to like this blowfish? Did Steven get catfished? I'm just saying, like, he looked like he might have gotten catfish, because like there's 2 mermaids here that he's interacting with in the trailer. Now, I did touch on this a little bit in my previous reaction, the All You Need Is Kill film that they are releasing fairly soon. It's the way that they draw the human anatomy. It's very abstract. It's definitely something that's grown on me over the years as I've watched a lot of their films, but just like the way that they draw the faces is very elongated. The body is not entirely proportionate. You know, you have like the very bulky torso and the stubby looking legs and arms. So it's definitely something that's not for everybody. I remember the first film that I saw from the studio. It was I think it was, what was it called? Mind Game? No, it wasn't Mind Game. It was Genius Party. It was recommended to me from a friend, and ever since then I've been able to like, you know, just like clock whenever the studio puts out work. Now, that's not to say this is the only way that they draw their characters. They definitely can get very realistic in the grounded look, but I've come to like it over the years, you know, like with shorts, Have I Got a Story for You, the one that did the Batman Gotham Knight, Genius Party, obviously, and then like you have the one Mind Game, and then there's Tekken Kindred. I never can say that name right. Tekken Kindred. Like, just seeing their style across the years has definitely become like a signature trademark of theirs. So if you've grown to love it like I have, this is definitely something that is for you, just like visually, aesthetically. But if it's something that is new to you, I can see why it can be a turnoff. Now, as far as the film goes and like the plot details, it's not something that I usually gravitate towards as a lover of anime. But as I've grown older, I've come to find my way to the slice of life type of plots. You know what I mean? Because like, of course, I'm still going to be a fan of like the quick action sequences, you know, like the high pace, the very flashy stuff. But at the same time, you know, I still feel like a certain calmness and stillness to these types of scenes. Like when she was dancing in that park, in that carnival park, the way that she was just manipulating the water and like the just the slow and steady motion of it all too. There was like a very peacefulness to it that I found myself being enthralled by. Another scene is from like the very popular series Chainsaw Man. If you guys remember, like when, I believe his name is Aki, the guy with the top knot and the nail sword, when he was in his apartment just making breakfast, preparing for his day, going out and sitting out into the balcony, the way that the animator is just animating the way he was making food, you know, and like the fabric and like this, like the background music as well, and just like looking at his drink move around the glass and how he was flipping the eggs, and like the way they even animated like the eggs in the bowl. I was like, bro, at peace. This is tranquility right now. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, throughout the years, you know, we definitely love our shonen series, but you know, like scenes like that just gives you an appreciation of what these artists do. You know what I mean? Like just like the slow and steady pace that you have to have, the calmness and patience that comes with animating. I'm doing a lot of glazing right now. I recognize that, but it just kind of speaks to the shift in sensibilities that I find myself liking in animation. But yeah, that's just me. Maybe you guys can relate, or maybe not. You know, it's like, Sean, stop talking about this shit. But anyways, yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in this film. We're going to go out and see it if it ever comes to American theaters anytime soon. I mean, like, there's probably going to be some buffer time in between the release date for Japanese theaters and us in the US in the West. But let me know what you guys think. I really enjoyed this. Was a nice and pleasant surprise. You know, thank you for recommending this film to me from Studio 4C. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this reaction, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you next time. Bye.